Hello and welcome to the Custom Vantage Web training video on sales taxes. So when doing your sales on your website, there are times when you're going to have to charge sales tax for various orders. That's configured from within the site admin. Click on the Settings tab. And then on the left-hand side, click on Taxes. There are multiple ways to calculate taxes within Custom Vantage Web. So let's create some tax scenarios. So we start by clicking on the New button. And the first way we're going to create a tax is by state. So I will come to the state and I will choose a state, and then it's going to be for all counties within that state, and the rate is going to be entered as a decimal. Now when you get to the bottom, a CVO tax code. This is if you're using Custom Vantage Office, what tax code which you've created in Custom Vantage Office is this tax on the web going to match? So if you're not using Custom Vantage Office, you do not need to put anything here. Otherwise, put in whatever code, it will match in CVO. Click Save, and now anyone who has a shipping address in Massachusetts will be charged 6.25% tax. The next way that we can create taxes are based on zip codes. So we might say in a given state, we can, in this zip code, cities in this zip code, they will be charged a percentage of tax. And again, we would want this to match CVO's tax code if you're using CVO. So in this case, if you're in the zip code 29212, you will be charged 7% tax. So in that scenario, you would need to create an entry for every zip code in the areas in which you're charging tax. And finally, we can do taxes by county. So again, we would choose the state in which we're going to charge the tax. Then we would choose the county in which we're going to charge the tax. And then we would enter a rate. And again, if this is CVO, then we would need to enter the code that matches the code in Custom Vantage Office. Now, in regard to the county, we want to do two things in addition. We want to allow the user to select their county. And the next thing we want to do is, if we're going to allow the user to select the county, we want to make sure that the county is required. So we're going to come again, we're under the Settings tab, we're going to go over to the left, and under Addresses, we will find the county and make it required. Hit the Save button. Now when someone is purchasing an item and they come to the shopping cart, when they go to the checkout to enter the information, depending upon their state, they will be charged various tax rates. So the thing here is, when we get to the area with a county, so here in Texas we set up with a county, if I try to move on, the county is required. So I'm required to select whatever the county I live in, and that goes to the shipping address, and I will be charged tax accordingly. Another thing that is important in regard to taxes, under the Settings tab and then under Shipping, in some states you're required to charge tax on the amount of shipping. And if that is true, you'll need to check this box and save the changes. Otherwise, you will not be charging tax on the shipping amount. So hopefully you found that very simple. Again, Settings tab, Taxes, and then configure the tax based on your state or county or zip code, depending upon which way you decide is appropriate to charge tax. And again, the tax is based on the shipping address. Thank you again for choosing Custom Vantage Web.